Well, tonight, KPIX 5 has learned that prosecutions are imminent in a major unemployment fraud case involving Santa Clara County jail inmates.
Yeah, the county has seen a huge spike in EDD fraud and its accompanying trail of victims.
KPIX 5's Kenny Choi is back tonight with one man's story on the road to recovery. Kenny?
And for 6 months, we've looked into about 500 or so cases, people who have contacted us telling us that their Bank of America EDD cards have been hacked. The bank has left most of them hanging with unresolved cases, money that hasn't been refunded, and accounts still frozen. Unfortunately, it appears that those who are getting help are the ones who are getting the media's attention.
Monday, Tuesday.
Every day.
Every day.
Every night, Jose Ortiz stops by this tiny room in Campbell, where for 20 years he has volunteered as a pastor.
A lot of people in my congregation, there's poor people, immigrants. This is why God put me here, because I want to help.
He helps his mostly non-English speaking parishioners with their daily challenges and shares his life struggles with them, including his battle with COVID. But there's one thing he has kept a secret.
I don't tell my congregation the bad news.
Yeah.
No, only the good news.
Back in October, the 72-year-old Guatemalan immigrant lost his day job cleaning offices and had to apply for unemployment for the first time in his life.
Martin final, $31.
It wasn't much, less than $150 per week that he used to buy groceries and other necessities for the family. But one day last October, when he checked his EDD debit card balance, a shock.
This is why my surprise is, oh, wow, somebody stole my money.
Someone had made ATM withdrawals for $1,000 in Union City and Vallejo, then spent another $829 at a Target in Pleasant Hill.
I don't go into Union City. I live in San Jose. I never go into these places.
But days after filing a fraud claim with Bank of America,
You got this from the bank.
From the bank.
the same standard letter KPIX has seen so many times arrived, telling him his claim was closed.
It is very frustrating how the system is not helping out.
Ortiz's son Alex is a San Jose police officer who pitched in on his day off to help his dad.
So I literally spend from 9 o'clock till 4 o'clock in the afternoon dealing with Bank of America.
Weeks later, Sunnyvale authorities arrested these 5 they believe were stealing mail and duplicating EDD Bank of America debit cards.
I would describe them as sophisticated criminals.
Santa Clara County District Attorney Jeff Rosen says the October arrests led to a major ongoing investigation involving several hundred inmates at the Santa Clara jail and at least $12 million stolen taxpayer dollars.
One of the things we're trying to let the public know and let the criminals know is that we're on to you.
He says inmates provided their ID to accomplices on the outside who transferred benefit payments back to inmates through jail accounts. Investigators believe the accomplices got a kickback.
You took money from hardworking, needy people that truly needed that money and didn't belong to you, and you did this during a pandemic and caused additional suffering for other people, and you will be punished and held accountable for that.
After we submitted Pastor Ortiz's name to Bank of America, the bank refunded him his $3,000.
I can only thank God for parents that are humble, hardworking, and that don't ask very much from everyone because they always believe God will supply and God will provide. But sometimes we need assistance.
So Ken and Liz, we spent about 5 hours with this pastor, talking to him on the phone, in person, looking at his documents, and we were definitively able to tell the bank that his case should be reversed. But it is logistically impossible for us to vet 500 or so cases, people who have contacted us because of the limited amount of resources. But over the last 6 months, we have put the spotlight on Bank of America and EDD. The problem is evident. They need to figure out a way to resolve these cases in a timely manner. There's something very wrong, something disturbing when you have someone like this pastor whose case goes unresolved for 5 months. We get involved and all of a sudden this case is reversed.
Yeah, and it's great. I mean, to the credit of the station and your hard work and others, we have helped a lot of people, but there are so many, thousands out there that aren't getting any help and are just frustrated.
Shouldn't have to go on TV
We're
to
certainly
get help.
hoping that it gets fixed sooner rather than later.
All right, Kenny, thank you for that.